Good afternoon and welcome to State Newsfile. I'm Easton Ham. Jace Chu will have a look at all the highlights later in the show. What can we expect, Jace?
Well, Easton, the Flames played last night, so I got some highlights from them. And of course, March Madness just wrapped up, so can't wait to look at those.
Awesome. Tia Leonard is braving that wind out there for us. What's it looking like out there, Tia?
Well, Easton, in Calgary over the weekend, there has been a lot of wind, but today will hopefully be the last of that high breeze as things start to look up in a couple of days. Right now, we are sitting around 9 degrees, which is below seasonal for us. But in 1889, it was the record high at 24 degrees. And in 1975 is when we were at our record low, which was minus 22. I'll have all the details later on State Newsfile.
Thanks, Tia. Now here's a look at today's top stories. It's been a deadly couple of weeks in Calgary. Homicide detectives are investigating 6 active cases since March 18th. As Niakamqueth reports, one of them is the murder of a young Calgary teen, and his family is asking for your help.
We never saw this day coming. No one is ever prepared to lose a 16-year-old.
16-year-old Jal left his home in Dallas Thursday, saying he would be back in a few hours since he has called the next day, but he never returned. Jal was described as a kind, bright, and vibrant young boy who was looking forward to starting his career as a football player. Jal's family is in shock over what happened and are asking the public for help to finding the reason behind his death and the person who's responsible for it.
It would mean so much to understand why this happened. It would mean so much to also put awareness to the community of how dangerous it is out there, and also awareness to parents. As a mother of 4, I fear for my children as well. I need safety in our communities.
Jal was in grade 10 at St. Francis High School, where he played different kinds of sports.
I knew Jal personally. Yeah, he was a great kid. You know, really happy, really motivated in what he did. He played basketball and football. He was, overall a great kid, and it's really sad to see something like this happen.
Police say they don't believe this case is connected to the other 2 incidents that happened on the weekend. They are hoping that the residents in the 3 communities can come forward with any information, no matter how small. For Jal's friends, it is a tragedy that will stay with them.
Obviously, it's a very upsetting thing to see. The school community is very upset and broken over this. Jal was a really good kid and really kind, and he was always smiling and such. But, it is a very tragic event to see.
For State Newsfile, I'm Niakamqueth.
One man has been charged after a homicide last week in the community of Radisson Heights. Friday, April 1st at around 1:30 p.m., police were called to the 0 to 100 block of Radcliffe Close, southeast, for reports of gunfire. Upon arrival, police found a man in life-threatening condition who died shortly after. After appearing in court yesterday, Tarek Sharples has now been charged with second-degree murder. Anyone with information relation to the recent homicides in Calgary is asked to contact the police. The HBO production of The Last of Us has been seen in many places around Calgary over the last year. The set has been seen on State campus and is now stationed in downtown Calgary. The show is based off a popular video game, and the filming has had a big impact, generating almost $200 million in Alberta. It's not just good for the province, but for State film students as well.
Having students from the film and video production program and SAIT students in general involved in the production of The Last of Us provides a tremendous opportunity for career growth and first jobs, and for the growth of the Calgary and Alberta film community and for film production in general.
The Last of Us is not only one of the biggest projects Alberta has ever seen, but Canada as well. CEO World named State School of Tourism and Hospitality and School of Business on the world's best lists. Students and staff can both agree the accomplishments is one to be proud of. Mia Matushak is covering the story and joins us from the Highwood here on campus. Mia, this is a huge achievement for both the business and hospitality programs at SAIT. How are people reacting?
That's right, Easton. Students involved in the business and hospitality program here at SAIT are beyond excited to be involved in these world-class programs. It's especially advantageous when students graduate and head off into the world to pursue their careers.
Hands down, the professors at SAIT just make the business program, one of the best programs, personally, I believe. It is quite shocking to me to only find out that it's number 51. If I did have to put a number on it, I would say probably, top 15, top 20 at least.
SAIT's business school has climbed up a spot from 2021, now sitting at an impressive 51st best business schools in the world.
Communicating with some of the other students at, say, U of C or MRU that are in similar programs, that's the one offered at SAIT. It's really quite surprising how well SAIT runs the program and the education that they provide you.
SAIT's Hospitality and Tourism School offers 6 specialized programs for students to take. The school is ranked 18th on CEO's World's Top list and is the only Canadian school currently in the standings. It's a huge draw for international students who can take what they learn here and go back home to their countries and write their own ticket.
I know when I talk to our students, the 2 things they will always say is it's our faculty and it's our immersive learning. It's that real practical hands-on learning that helps them take learning off the pages of a book and applying it and then seeing what it feels like, what it's really like.
Students believe their education has set them up for their careers after SAIT.
Everything's been great. All the instructors are very experienced, very talented. You get a lot of links with a variety of restaurants all around Canada, and you can really tell they are top 3 in Canada for sure, with the amount of ingredients, the amount of talented chefs, the amount of equipments, and everything else is just fantastic.
SAIT graduates will be ready to fill the employee gap using what they've learned in class and through internships and hit the ground running. CEO World's Top list is updated once a year around the end of March, and SAIT is striving to climb up the list even further.
That was Mia Matushak reporting live from SAIT's Highwood. Dr. Verna Yu is no longer the president and CEO of Alberta Health Services. AHS says this is the beginning of a process to replace Yu as the healthcare system shifts towards pandemic recovery and renewal. It says a committee was formed months ago and a search for Yu's replacement is already underway. Yu has been the president and CEO of AHS since 2016, and her contract was supposed to run through June of 2023. Before her tenure as president and CEO, she was the vice president of quality and chief medical officer at AHS. The warm spring weather has already started into their summer cooking habits. The rise in inflation and supply chain issues have caused the price of meats to soar, leaving many wondering if buying meat is worth it. Philip Miani has the details.
Like in meat products, for example, we think that meat products will continue to increase until, say, midsummer.
The outlook on the price of meat is one consumers and businesses are not particularly fond of. In a report from Statistics Canada, the price of beef went up nearly 17% in February, while the price of chicken rose 10%. For local businesses, the fluctuating prices have affected them for months.
7 or 8 months ago, to be honest with you, and it took dramatic jumps last fall. Right now, it's high. I mean, it's abnormally high, but it's somewhat stable as we sit right now.
Keller also says local has fewer hormones and additives. While the price of meat continues to rise, it's always your best bet to shop local instead of going out to eat, because big restaurants have kept the same prices but have lowered their portions. Inflation has played a role in the rise in meat prices, but isn't the only factor.
Right now, your livestock industry in Alberta is importing a lot of grains to feed cattle, because last year the harvest was terrible.
The 2022 Food Prices Report projects that Alberta will see above average food prices, and a family of four's food expenditure budget would increase by $966. The report also says fruit prices could rise 3 to 5%, and vegetables could jump 5 to 7%. For SAIT Newsfile, I'm Philip Miani.
Calgary's booming resale housing market is steering many home buyers to look at new homes instead. Buying new is appealing to home buyers because it gives a sense of choice compared to settling for certain aspects. Just over 2,000 homes were started in Alberta in February, half of which were in Calgary. In 2021, more than 600 homes were started in February, and this February that number doubled. The United Conservative Party members are set to vote in a leadership review in the coming days. A poll released by Think HQ shows Premier Jason Kenney is currently in a tough spot as his approval rating has fallen below 30%. The poll also suggests that the UCP trail the New Democratic Party by 12 percentage points province-wide when it comes to voter support. The vote was scheduled for April 9th in Red Deer, but due to a surge of 15,000 registrants, the party was forced to move to mail-in balloting. The results are expected to be made public on May 18th. Those are today's top stories. We'll have your full forecast after the break. But first, Tanner Truby has a look at what's going on around Calgary this week.
I can show you my knowledge. And you can too. This Wednesday at the Gateway for Disney Trivia. Come from 4:30 till 6 and prove you're smarter than your peers. Must be 18 years or older. Missing the pasta sauce? Students of the Hospitality and Tourism program have got you covered with Italian date night. Head down to the Taste Market by Sate and enjoy some fine Italian cuisine, with a reception followed by a 4-course meal. Come and watch as Parisian courtesan Violetta is forced to give up her last chance of love when she falls for a man whose family disapproves of their relationship. You can catch the Italian opera at the Jubilee Auditorium at 7:30 Wednesday night. Come laugh your sorrows away with Laughmaster Dodon, along with other surprise acts to help cheer you up. Tickets start at $50, with VIP tickets starting at $90. Doors open for the show at 7 o'clock. And Canada's favorite dinosaur event is right here in Calgary. Join The Quest, an interactive adventure to find clues throughout the exhibit for a chance to collect a prize at the end.
Unlike those dinos, I don't think we're going to be expecting any meteor showers anytime soon, but let's take a look at what we can expect here. All right, so as you can see in Vancouver, we are expecting some showers throughout today and moving into the week. You know, that came in from the weekend as there was a low pressure system moving in across, as there is a jet stream actually going under the US and Canada borders. Looking at now in the eastern part of the province or country, we can see that there is some warmer temperatures. You know, we got some double digits here, which is looking quite nice. So make sure to get outside as much as you possibly can. In Toronto, it will be a little rainier, so make sure to bring an umbrella. And in St. John's, that jet stream once again hitting those outer regions of Canada, which is where we are seeing those colder temperatures. So here, how about let's take a look at the resorts where I think it'll look better. It's 35 and sunny in Palm Springs. Barbados and Cancun are both at 30 degrees. Following the trend, Honolulu is cloudy and sitting at 26. Orlando is 31 today and overcast. And Las Vegas follows close behind at 32 with the sun shining. All right, so in Calgary today, we are at 9 degrees, which is below our seasonal temperatures. There is a mix of sun and cloud today, but there is some northwestern winds coming at 40 kilometers per hour, which will actually dissipate those clouds, accumulations, and will bring some sun into the week. So let's take a look at the province here, actually. So all throughout Alberta, you can see today we are in those colder temperatures. As you can see, it's all single digits here. There's quite a bit of precipitation, much better than yesterday's wind, which actually had blown some of those clouds out of the way, which we'll see some sunnier days ahead. But as you can see, it is a little colder. April showers do bring flowers. So let's see the 5-day forecast here. There is a low tonight of -1 degrees. Tomorrow we'll see a high of 10 degrees, which looks much nicer. Thursday and Friday, we are in those double digits, so make sure to take out your shorts and tank tops as you can go outside, maybe get a little tan on. I think it'll be nice out there, guys. And on Saturday, we will see a high of 6 degrees and a low of -5. Up next is Jace Chua with the sports, so hang in there.
When you donate to the Salvation Army, you're not just donating a coat, you're donating another warm night for someone that needs it. When you donate to the Salvation Army, you're giving someone hope. So why wait? Give hope today.
Come and learn the fast-paced world of television production. Find your passion to write, shoot, edit, and direct news, sports, and dramatic productions. With industry-standard technology and the best instructors in the business, SATE's television production program teaches you everything you need to know for a career in broadcasting. This is television production. Come and dare to be on air.
Welcome back to State Newsfile. Jace Chua joins us now for a look at the latest highlights. What can we expect?
Well, Easton, as I said before, the NCAA championships just wrapped up, but first let's take a look at the Premier League happening here in Canada, Calgary. The Premier League soccer season is set to begin this weekend with the Calgary Cavalry set to take on Atlantico Ottawa. With soccer becoming a more popular sport in Canada, the Canadian men's team just making the World Cup, the Cavalries are expected to have more fans in the stands. As Brynna Doucette reports, the team is excited to see soccer become more of Canada's sport.
The Cavalry FC are charging back into action this weekend in Ottawa. The Calgary Soccer Club is excited to be back after a hard loss at the end of last season. The club is looking forward to its first full season back in its home stadium at Spruce Meadows. The team had to play in a bubble for most of last year due to COVID restrictions. Player turned assistant coach Nick Ledgerwood says the team has found its spark and is looking forward to a normal season.
So we're hoping that the new players that we've brought in will bring that extra little spark and quality that we were missing the last couple of seasons to push us over the edge.
Players hope to have the home crowd back in the stands again. They say the fans are an essential part to not only the game, but the atmosphere of the arena.
It's always different with fans, you feel different before the game, you get more anxious, people are screaming at you, people are chanting your name, so it's good. It's amazing. I love fans, so I'm very excited for it.
The first big test for the Cavalry this season will be the Ottawa Athletico, a challenge the team is excited for as they are the first hurdle on their road to a championship title.
We're going to go off of our strengths and do what's been helping us throughout the season, and then hopefully we can kind of spoil their home opener party for them.
Canada making the World Cup, the Cavalry are expecting to see a ton of new fans sitting in the stands for their season this year as they play to help bring a championship back to Calgary. For State Newsfile, I'm Brynna Doucette.
Last night's game left Kings disappointed with Flames' comeback win. Right after face-off, the Flames put the puck in deep with Matthew Tkachuk passing it to Johnny Gaudreau, and he banks it in from the corner, scoring seconds into the game. Game tied 1-1. The Kings on a power play. Adrian Kemp scores the second goal of the game to put the Kings ahead by 1. Kings entered the zone 4v3 with Kopitar passing it cross ice to Kemp for the goal. Midway into the second, Gaudreau hiding behind the net from 3 defenders trying to block the pass. He manages to find Lindholm ready in front of the net and sets him up for the game-tying shot. 2-2 apiece. 1 minute later, Ryan Carpenter passes it to Gaudreau to put the Flames up by 1. Johnny Gaudreau had 2 goals to go along with 1 assist. Jacob Markstrom made 27 saves, and Adrian Kemp carried the Kings with 2 goals, but it wasn't enough to beat the Flames. The Flames came up from behind and opened a 5-point gap atop the Pacific Division with 3 games in hand. We got a whopping 10 games in the NHL tonight. The Hurricanes head to New York to face the Sabres. The Blue Jackets play against the Flyers. Toronto Maple Leafs 2-point lead ahead of the Lightning, and the Bruins face the playoffs-bound Panthers. Byram returns to the Avalanche in tonight's game against the Penguins. New York Rangers versus the New Jersey Devils. Brendan Gallagher returns to the lineup as Canadians host the Senators. Detroit takes on Boston on a 6-game losing streak. Minnesota Wild, high in the power rankings, looking like a legitimate contender, face the Predators. The Dallas Stars continue to fight for the second wild card in the West. They play against the New York Islanders, and the Oilers head to San Jose to face the Sharks. March Madness ends last night, and in a wild comeback victory for Kansas. North Carolina was up by as much as 16 points leading into halftime, which Kansas managed to cut down to 3 4 minutes into the second half. Then Abaji goes into the paint, posting up and ties it up with a lay-in and 1 opportunity, and the building went wild after they tied the score up. Kansas took back the lead with 4 minutes left in the second half. Martin with some timely buckets back-to-back, attacking the defender for a quick 2, and then a set play with the screen on top of the key to get to his spot for a clean look step-back 3. 13 seconds left into the clock, UNC looking for a 3, but Kansas is just locking them up as Caleb Love misses the game-tying shot, and Kansas completes the comeback. KU completed the biggest comeback in NCAA championship history, with Wilson and McCormick both dropping 15 points. This is Kansas's 4th national championship and the 2nd under head coach Bill Self. The Blue Jays finished their penultimate game last night for spring training. Biaz fights off a hit from Gausman, puts it to the right, and Tarn comes in to score. While Cottrell adds up the lead, he jumps onto Gausman's offering pitch, getting a home run. Kevin Biggio scored on Gosik's Kata sacrifice fly. Blue Jays looking to come back. Rainier Nunez drove Pinto home with a line drive, double tying the score 2-2. With the score tied in the bottom of the 8th inning, Jays reliever Matt Cage surrendered a 2-run bomb to Campos. Will Castro and Roberto Campos both had home runs as the Tigers doubled the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays will finish the preseason schedule on Tuesday against the Baltimore Orioles. Canada is a multicultural country. Immigrants bring many traditions from the arts to food culture, from the Brazilians having also brought a form of martial arts. Jose Figueira shows us the craft of capoeira. Capoeira.
I want to bring capoeira to Calgary because I think Calgary is such a beautiful place, and the power of capoeira can make this city way better.
Baiano is a Brazilian immigrant professor of capoeira. Capoeira being a combination of martial arts, acrobatics, dance, and music. A different philosophy to other martial arts.
I never imagined until I started participating in class just how much there was learning about Brazilian history, learning Portuguese, learning music, and learning instruments that are so different from what I've ever been exposed to here in Canada.
In the last 15 years, there have been 4 capoeira dojos in Calgary, and it seems like the capoeira scene is just growing.
It's not easy. Being from a different culture and trying to bring a different culture and such a different country. It's something very difficult and challenging, but understanding that how hard it is to share culture, it makes you more willing to share your own culture with others.
And that's a look at sports for today.
Wow, I haven't done martial arts before, but maybe I should have taken it when I was a kid.
You see them do that thing? It's like a Street Fighter move.
It's awesome. After the break, Tanner Chuby will have a look at what's the latest in the world of entertainment. Stay with us.
I had it so good. I had my own car, great grades, everything in my life was going great till I ruined it all. Little did I know, this would be my greatest mistake. Drunk driving. Lawyer fees, disappointed parents, lost car. If only I listened.
Hey, you aren't good to drive home.
Friends don't let friends drink and drive.
Come and learn the breaking world of broadcast news. Find your passion to investigate, write, shoot, edit, and deliver the stories of the day. SAIT's broadcast news program teaches you everything you need to know for a career in radio and television. Become the next great anchor, reporter, or personality using industry standard technology alongside qualified instructors with years of experience. This is Broadcast News. Come and dare to be on air.
It's been a big week in the world of entertainment with some exciting music coming from the north of the border and a celebration in our own backyard. Tanner Chuby has a look at what's the latest buzz. What do you have for us, Tanner?
Well, Easton, the Gateway here at SAIT is celebrating its 20th anniversary this weekend.
Cheers! Yeah! Woo!
The 4-night event kicks off Thursday with live music every night, headlined from Canadian artists such as the Nova Scotiables and the High Tops. Advance tickets are available online, while tickets at the door are $15. Doors open at 7 o'clock every evening, and all SAIT students, staff, alumni are welcome to attend the celebration. The Backstreet Boys announced a show at Rogers Place in Edmonton this summer.
Backstreet's back.
The popular boy band added the show on August 26 to their DNA World Tour in North America. The group announced more shows across Canada, including Vancouver, Saskatoon, Winnipeg, Toronto, Ottawa, Quebec City, and Montreal. Some notable hits include Everybody and I Want It That Way. July of 2019 was the last time the pop group performed in the city. Tickets go on sale this Friday. A Kamloops, BC native is in the top 24 of this season's American Idol. Cameron Whitcomb covered Bob Dylan's It Ain't Me in the Showstopper round, impressing judges Katy Perry, Luke Bryan, and Lionel Richie. Perry told the 18-year-old his performance was fidgety, questioning his passion for music. She then went on to say he cracked the top 24, moving to the next round. Some notable musicians who came from American Idol include Kelly Clarkson and Carrie Underwood. American actor Mark Wahlberg took an extreme approach to gain weight for his role in his upcoming film.
You don't belong with those LA folks. They're a bunch of fascist hippies.
The 50-year-old actor says he drank glasses of olive oil to gain 30 pounds in the upcoming movie Father Stu. Wahlberg plays Father Stuart Long, a boxer turned priest inspiring people along the way with his journey from self-destruction to redemption, based on a true story. The film comes out exclusively in theaters on April 13th. And that's a look at the latest entertainment. Back to you, Easton.
Backstreet shirt back all right. Thank you, Tanner. Whether you're a green thumb or a black thumb, everyone loves plants. As Addie and Vanderberg reports, they just need a little TLC.
Benefits, as research has shown there are many, and there are similar benefits to bringing nature into your home.
So the benefits of keeping plants in your home, there's all kinds of things. I was studying a little thing called biophilia, and basically it's just talking about how nature can be very calming, so how it has really good mental benefits.
It's been shown that they actually reduce stress and anxiety when they're even in a room where you're using a computer or in your bedroom or in your home. They filter and clean your air.
The best part is that you can reap these benefits even if you don't have much of a green thumb. Taking good care of your plants doesn't have to be an ordeal, and there are a few simple ways you can ensure that your plants are thriving.
My general instruction is check your plants every week. Make sure there's a hole in the bottom of your pot so water can drain out. Always check your plants with you can use a water meter or your finger. And basically you're checking deep into the soil to your second knuckle. When it's dry, then you water thoroughly. There's so many nice plants.
So the best tips and tricks for someone that's starting out is just to commit a little bit of time.
Well, do you guys have any plants?
I actually do. Every year we have a garden. I'm not a green thumb type of person, but I love to grow plants. They're not too bad. You know, the weather's looking pretty good out there for plant growing, I think.
Do you have any plants, Jace?
Yeah, I can't wait to start growing some vegetables like tomatoes. You know, I like growing peppers, you know, making some food out of that.
Yeah, well, with the weather coming up, we might be able to grow some plants outside.
Yeah, definitely. Looking at this 5-day forecast, we can see up and coming there is that high pressure system blowing in where we're going to see those double digits coming in. You know, highs of 17 and 19. That's the best weather. And, you know, we got some precipitation coming in as well. We have a very dry climate here in Alberta. So, you know, seeing some of that weather like rain, it will definitely help us to grow our plants like those peppers and tomatoes that Chase was talking about. But, you know, further on, we'll expect some other things coming up. And, well, let's see what else we got for weather.
Well, Friday looks pretty nice for weather. I know I'm going golfing that day. Do you guys have any hobbies you'll do?
Probably gonna go biking.
Yeah, you know what? I do like bike riding.
Well, that's all we have today. State Newsfile, thanks for watching.